Here we go. What are the three things you're going to be looking for in this Democratic debate? Go.
I'm looking for wit, I'm looking for insight, and I'm looking for wisdom.
I'm looking to see if it's interesting at all. Because I can imagine it being a very quiet, sort of boring affair where everyone just recites their talking points.
I think with a lot of Democratic primary voters, and I think she'll do this, I think they're looking for sort of specific. I'm looking for a lot of 1, 2, 3 stuff.
The challenge for Hillary Clinton is to run as a front runner, but still be an effective debater. I think that back in 2008, she was great when she was running from behind, and she basically won all of the debates against Obama, except for the one where she had the driver's license issue. So this time around, we'll see.
I want her to be able to give voice to the frustration that she feels when she talks to people who are stuck. And I want that to come out from her.
Number 2, how sharp do Martin O'Malley's elbows get, trying to make himself relevant in this race?
I'm actually interested to see if O'Malley will hit Clinton, or if he'll be nice.
I expect the candidates, particularly Sanders and Clinton, to stay in their lanes. They might bump a little bit against each other, but not as much. Obviously, O'Malley and them will be bumping a lot more.
Number 2, actually, I want to hear all of them talk more about national security. Jim Webb has vast experience with it. I don't know about the others. Obviously, Hillary wrote a whole book about it and was our Secretary of State. But I want to know about national security.
Number 3, does Bernie Sanders comb his hair for it? I'll be interested to see. No offense to hair challenge people.
I guess the third thing is I'm looking to see are there other candidates on stage? Like is Jim Webb going to talk? Is he going to this debate?
The third thing that you look for is, what they say in sports, the intangibles. How does it come across on stage? Who sort of stands out?
Number 3.
Number 3, a little humor. Wouldn't kill us on the Democratic side, have a little humor.
Who has more at stake in this debate?
I think Hillary does because she's the front runner.
Always, I think she does. It's just because everything that happens is every word that she utters is going to be, instantly fact-checked, instantly put through a thing to say, well, did she say something different, 10 years ago? It's going to be digested and scrutinized.
Who has the most at stake in this debate?
I think Martin O'Malley.
The 3 guys who are 1%. This is their last and only chance.
I know you will remember very well what happened to Hillary Clinton in a debate against your former boss in October of 2000.
Something about driver's license?
October of 2007.
Does anyone here believe an illegal immigrant should not have a driver's license?
I did not say that it should be done, but I certainly recognize why Governor Spitzer is trying to do it, and we have failed. We have failed.
No. You said yes.
No.
You thought it made sense to do it.
No, I didn't, Chris.
So, do you not think that there's some risk that because of the focus on her, that if she stumbles once and makes one error, that it could be a hugely horrible night for her if that happens, given the way the press treats her?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure if she makes any kind of even the smallest error, it will be magnified way more than it should be.
That's always been the case. And I think she's actually in position to have a pretty good week. She's going to be thoroughly prepared. The whole Benghazi email thing is falling apart.
If she makes one error, that will be the story. If she screws up one question, that will be the story. Is that not a huge risk for her?
It is, but so what? She's running for president. You know what? Seriously, when she went to Chipotle, it was a risk. Like everything she does. It is not fair, but it is real. The standards for her are far, far higher.
I think she can't go into the debate with that mindset. I think part of what, to the extent that she hasn't done as well as some people hoped, it is as a result of excessive caution. And if you allow fear to govern you in these things, then you're going to be tight, and that in and of itself creates a problem.
Okay, what's your one piece of advice to Bernie Sanders?
Keep staying positive.
Be human.
Be Bernie Sanders.
Keep what you're doing on the stump.
Don't attack. It's not in his interest. Not that I love Hillary. Nobody's above attack. Okay, nobody should be immune from criticism. But part of why he's catching fire is he's not parroting Donald Trump. He is not an insult comic. He is running really powerful ideas. And I would say, stay in your lane, man. Stick with what got you here.
What would your one piece of advice to Martin O'Malley?
Well, give it your best shot because you're in extreme jeopardy here.
You got to distinguish yourself somehow, some way between the two front runners.
Don't try to make a circus act out of the debate. I think that he has a very tough path. and that there is basically no path unless there's some extraordinary external event that happens, and just try to get people who are Democrats to like you.
Does he need to take a big swing to try to get noticed, or does he lay low?
I think he needs to probably stress the generational argument, which is the comparative advantage that probably works best for him on that stage.
For O'Malley, you got to start attacking the rest of the other candidates. You got to start drawing contrasts.
And by the rest of the other candidates,
you got nothing to lose at that point.
And by the rest of the other candidates, you mean Hillary Clinton?
Probably.
You would not advise O'Malley to try to take Clinton out in this debate, or try to actually go negative in a harsh way.
No, because I think that that would alienate a lot of people. I think that there are probably a core group of Sanders supporters who would love for somebody to take off the gloves on Hillary Clinton, but I don't think that for the majority of the party that there's a real appetite for that.
We got to remember the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are two different parties. The Democrats, the worst thing that happened in 2008 is sort of, I like you well enough, Hillary. Right? I mean, they're not. They like everybody in the party has 75% approval. I mean, in order to take somebody on, you're taking on somebody that's popular. Well, on the other side of the equation, they don't like their party, don't much like their leadership, not even crazy about their own candidates. So, I think it's. You can obliquely, you can say, look, I own Wall Street, that kind of stuff. But again, that's what I'm saying. In the lanes, there'll be some bumping. It's going to be more like a horse race. Yeah, they bump it in a stretch, but you can't just cut in front of somebody.